misunderstanding. You know, in all the systems, everyone wins from cooperation. They win because people tell.
Okay, yeah, of course.
You know, I investigated my entire staff, everyone that was around me, all my friends got investigated by me. I said, if you next to me, I want to know if you're telling. If you ain't telling, you got nothing to worry about. If you're telling, and I had the resources to do that.
Yeah.
And I let everyone know you're getting investigated. And, you know, only 2 people was cooperating, but they wasn't cooperating against me. They was cooperating in other cases.
Okay.
But once I seen that shit, who you are, I stopped fucking.
Stop.
And it was simple as that. It was simple as that. But I had the resources to do that. And I tell everyone, what would you pay to know who's next to you?
My name is Gotti. I created one of the most dominant record labels in history.
Murda Inc. hit #1 on the pop charts.
Murda Inc. had every hit in the universe.
Hiphopisreal. We are here with the one and only Chris Gotti. Brother man, first of all, I appreciate your time. I know the schedule is busy and things like that. We do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Murda Inc. documentary. Wanted to start with that. It's on air right now. I believe we're 3 episodes in.
Yeah, tomorrow's the next episode.
Is that the finale? How many episodes?
5 episodes. Tomorrow's number 4.
Okay. How did the documentary come about?
Man, it's just Irv creating like he do. You know what I'm saying? And he wanted to document. We're 20 plus years in with Murda Inc. So you know it's fitting to do a documentary on everything because I don't believe the story was told. You know what I'm saying? The story's never been fully told, and I think this is what you're gonna get. Michael J. Payton, the director, he did a hell of a job diving into everyone's stories and putting it together. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this is about. It's about telling the truths of what we dealt with, how we created our relationships with all the artists, and how we built our business.
20 years though, is 5 episodes enough? How long is that?
It's not enough. 40 minutes, you know, an ep, and it's not enough. It's definitely not enough. But it is what it is. 5 episodes, 40 minutes is basically what you got, minus the commercial space.
Yeah.
So, you know, really it needs to be a TV show, which we're working on. I believe we're going to do a TV show, like a weekly. Then you could really dive in to get into all of the essence of what Murda Inc. is and tell all the stories. There's so many backstories that's not told.
That's what I was about to say. And in terms of like the daily operation, how hands-on were you, like the daily operation?
No, that's what I did. I ran the business. So the daily operation is my business. Irv is creative. You know, I did pretty much all the hiring and firing and just running the business and company and making sure no one bothered Irv. You know, when you have a guy like Irv who's focused on creative, you can't have people interrupting that thought. And my job was to keep everyone away from him.
Now
from that standpoint.
Now during your tenure, like you said, hiring, firing, were there any regrets? Like maybe you didn't hire someone who turned out to be...
Nah, I can't. Okay. You know, people always ask me about regrets. When you live your life and do it right, or to the best of your ability, there is no regret. It's just what it is. This is God's way of putting it together. This is what it was. That's it. So I did everything the right way to the best of my ability.
Now, like I said, 20 years in the game, and it wasn't always smooth sailing. The Murda Inc. versus the Feds.
People were getting arrested.
They want me to snitch on my closest friend.
In no way, shape, or form have I done anything wrong.
Facing 20 years, 50 bombing on us. It's murder.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was no light thing, things like that. The trial went on for a few months. What was the mind state back then?
To be the most successful label. Wasn't nothing more, nothing less. Everything we did was about music.
Okay.
It's not my fault the United States of America didn't understand hip-hop or the culture we live in. Because when you get down to it, that's all they did. They pressed in on the culture.
Did you feel it was a witch hunt?
Of course, there's a certain level of witch hunt. They wanted supreme, that's for sure. So the witch hunt is for sure. They wanted Supreme, and we're connected to Supreme. And basically, they was like, tell us something on Supreme, and we'll leave you guys alone.
Yeah.
There's nothing to tell. That's my man. And when he came home, he was not Supreme of the Supreme team of the 80s. This is a man that came home after he, you know, mostly his whole team was gone.
Yeah.
Either dead or in jail, and relationships wasn't the same. He did, you know what I mean? And so all he ever did when he came home was help from a standpoint of relationships in other cities and in New York. We traveling, and I mean, the game was different. Hip hop was totally different back then. And he only helped, he only added a value. He came out and wanted to make a movie, made a movie straight to DVD called Crime Partners, generated over $4 million in the first week.
Yeah.
And then they came in and confiscated everything, and that's when everything hit. They didn't want to let him become a legitimate man or citizen back in the country. That's it.
And they're looking at you guys like,
and they like, if you helping them, we coming for you.
But you know, you guys weren't there were other, way more money. Universal gave money, tons of money.
Universal gave him $1 million deal. You know, we paid for the rights for the Crime Partner movie.
Okay.
He didn't realize he needed to pay for those rights when he was making the movie. But Rough Riders, Rockefeller, all of us contributed to the making of the movie. It was a real business deal. It wasn't nothing. All contracts and everything, percentage, equity shares of the movie. The feds made everyone claim they won't go after the money, or they're coming after you. No one wants to fight the United States of America. Not even fucking China, not Russia.
Yeah.
Imagine what I want.
Yeah.
I want even less.
And you guys, like I said, you guys did it. Now during the 2 months, I believe it was a 2-month trial. Any fear at all? So all you needed was one person to say like that. These guys are guilty.
It's funny. Everyone always asks me that, and I'm not making it like it was something crazy. I probably was a lot of ignorance on my part.
Okay.
But there was no fear except for one part in the trial for me personally. I was out every day. My brother wasn't going out. I was out every night. Some club, some restaurant, like nothing's happening, and people would look at me like I'm crazy because I was in the newspapers. They would see it on TV. It was in every newspaper, and it was just a different era.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and I just knew I didn't do nothing wrong, and I didn't think I could go to jail for something like that. I didn't think that. Not saying that I don't know there's fucking thousands and thousands of innocent people in jail.
Of course. Yeah.
I just didn't think God had that in his plans for me. And the one time I did get or feel away was during deliberation, which is the end of the trial.
Okay.
And when you're in deliberation, you have the jurors in there deciding on law, and they send out notes if they have a question. The notes come out, and the note it has to be responded to by both parties, the defense team and the prosecuting team. They have to agree on the language that goes back into the jurors. And we was up for money laundering and conspiracy to money launder. And if you understand how law, the trial works, the first charge had to be agreed on by the jurors, which would have been not guilty, in order to send a note out about conspiracy to money launder. So I'm thinking they're gonna hang us on the fucking conspiracy to money launder. I said they got to the next fucking charge and they're talking about what's the law on conspiracy, like they're trying to fucking hang us on some bullshit, because we obviously were not guilty. If we was guilty on that, of course we're guilty because we had to conspire to do it. So it would be easy to come in, but in order for them to go to that charge, we knew we was found not guilty already, and we thought they was trying to hang us on. And I went crazy with my lawyers, and they told me calm down, and I literally walked in a small little area for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes talking to God. And it calmed me down. And then but that's the only time I would honestly say that I felt that pressure. Even when the jurors came out, you get that knock on the door, and that's the clerk coming in and saying we have a verdict. And the whole crowd, the whole courtroom go crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's really real life TV shit.
Yeah.
You know, the courtroom went crazy, and we had 2 courtrooms. We had one that we was in, and then we had a whole nother room where everyone else was watching it on TV because it was so crowded.
So big, yeah. Man.
And so, you know, when that knock came to the prosecutors, we're sitting like they're right here, we're right here, like right in front of us. And I turned to Carol Picorni, the prosecutor, and I said, "You took 3 years of my life. I get that shit back today." And I said it again louder. And she just looked at me and turned around and didn't want to look. But I said, "I get my shit back today."
Yeah.
I knew I swear to God, I knew that wasn't in my plans because all I did in my life was help people.
And so in total, though, it took 3 years in total for everything to...
Yeah, well, see, we was under investigation.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I never knew, again, ignorance, I never knew that you could be under investigation and you had to pay legal teams and everything just like it was a real trial. And I mean, we spent over $14 million on this trial. You know, when I look at the reason I'm here is because we had the financial power to pay for our freedom, basically.
Now, after the not guilty verdict, obviously a lot of money was spent. How confident were you that, you know, Murda Inc. was going to bounce back or, you know, stay?
You know what's crazy is we never thought we wasn't going to bounce back. See, hindsight is 20/20. You hear that expression. We never realized that all things that was going on behind our backs, that all came transparent after the verdict. We couldn't get our deal back. It took us a good time before we got our deal back from Murda Inc. We thought we was walking right back to it. Once we're not guilty, we figured we made billions of dollars for this company, Universal System. We think they would gladly give us our fucking company back and start back.
Yeah.
We found not guilty, which means I always look at the trial as a badge of honor, not a badge of shame.
Not a badge of shame.
Yeah, because how many people could stand up to the United States of America and go the whole distance and let them do all of the negative stuff they did to us and still be standing here? Like, I got a full exoneration, which means I'm fully clean. I could tell people when I meet them now, I was like, you know me, I don't know you. You know who the fuck I am.
That's a good one.
I don't know who the fuck you are. So let's keep it 100. Don't tell me about my trial and what I dealt with and went through, because that to me is proof that I'm fucking 100.
Did Universal ever give you guys an explanation or like why?
No, they never gave us an explanation. And when they finally gave us our deal back, but we did find out they cooperated against us with the government, so which made sense why we didn't get a deal. We get our deal back, and then they're no longer really promoting our music like they're supposed to. Okay. And then that's when Irv said it's over. Irv basically said that we can't win here because they're not for us no more. The system, that's our machine, that's our engine. And we just knew it was a wrap. And Irv quit basically with over 2 years left on our deal. And what quitting means, he kept paying everybody. Whole staff kept getting paid. Okay. And he just was like, we're not putting out no more music. And again, if Irv won't put his name on nothing unless he believes in it.
Yeah.
So without him feeling that belief, he was not going to do that. And that's the fact.
You mentioned that you know, the court system and the system in general doesn't understand the hip hop culture.
No.
How do you feel now about, you know,
they still don't.
Yeah. You see RICO cases, you see lyrics being used and things like that.
You know, I went over 60,000 phone conversations that they had recorded on a tap phone.
60,000.
That's a fact. I still got them on CDs in my house.
Wow.
All of the text messages.
Yeah.
We had SkyTel, so SkyTel only kept X amount of characters, so they couldn't get the whole message. But what that was to me was they seen how much they didn't understand our language, how we spoke to people.
Okay.
And then I had to translate to my attorney to make sure he could fight for us, Gerald Shargell.
Because certain things he didn't understand, obviously, as well.
Again, we speak differently.
Of course.
It's our ebonics. It's our language. It's our culture. So it's just like anything else. When I say ebonics, it's the way we talk. And then the slangs we use, they didn't know what it meant. So they thinking it means one thing, and we're telling them, no, it doesn't mean that. And then I had to break it down. So without me breaking it down, we'd be in bigger trouble. You know, it discredited their whole fucking case, basically, by me translating most of their misunderstanding. And, you know, in all the systems, everyone wins from cooperation. They win because people tell.
It's okay, yeah, of course.
You know, I investigated my entire staff, everyone that was around me, all my friends got investigated about me. I said, if you next to me, I want to know if you're telling. If you ain't telling, you got nothing to worry about. If you telling, and I had the resources to do that.
Yeah.
And I let everyone know you getting investigated. And, you know, only 2 people was cooperating, but they wasn't cooperating against me. They was cooperating in other cases.
Okay.
But once I seen that shit, who you are, I stopped fucking with you.
Stop.
And it was simple as that. It was simple as that. But I had the resources to do that. And I tell everyone, what would you pay to know who's next to you?
Yeah. So now when you say like
Shit is priceless.
they had all those texts and phone calls, obviously we know the YSL case going on now, the Young Thug.
Yeah, God
So
bless them. Good luck, man. I
Sheesh.
tell them if they want to reach out to me, I'm open. They could talk to me. Not saying I could help them win because I don't know what they did or didn't do.
Yeah.
But I know they need to take certain positions no matter what they did and how they approach and how they attack. If they don't realize how serious this is, they better, because it's going to be really real.
Yeah. The last thing on that subject I want to mention, anything to say to the younger generation? Because, you know, it's a lot of gang now. And, you know, Murda Inc. was a music label. You guys weren't a gang.
No.
And like I said, you guys...
I'm not a gang member.
No.
You know, my gang is Hollis Crew. If I said I'm from a gang, I'm an older dude. I'm 55. And at the end of the day, where you from was your gang.
Okay.
I'm Hollis. My gang was Hollis Crew. So we was out, we would mob up together, do dumb shit. So to me, that's the same as a gang.
Mm-hmm.
You know, God protect children and fools. I could sit here and honestly say I was a fool, but thank God I got through it. You know, I got arrested plenty of times and was able to get through it every time. You know what I'm saying? And that's God's work. That ain't me. Because my friends didn't get as lucky. You know what I mean? They got locked up, did time, and we was all doing all the same dumb shit. You know, but gang shit, you know, I didn't fuck with niggas from Southside. We was having shootouts every other night. You know, I might have went to a Poppy's who was hustling and went and got that niggas, you know, got some shit from him or something. But again, this is what this shit is. It was just a different time, a different era. With no gang, I'm not a gang member. I fuck with Bloods, Crips, GDs, BDs, Vice Lords, all of that shit. Yeah, all of this shit, I fuck with them all. But I'm not a member. You know what I'm saying? Because I fuck with my people, that's it. My culture, my people. Yeah, I don't know you, I'm fucking with you. It's simple as that. It's like, I try to help and empower people. I did that my whole life. Once I got away from the bullshit. If you understand. So at the end of the day, that's what I'm still doing. I got a company, Adventure Music. I'm trying to teach. Adventure Music, I'm trying to teach all the artists how to own, operate, monetize their business. Not trying to teach. I am teaching.
You are teaching.
You know what I'm saying? I got to remember to always stop saying trying. When I say try, I mean I'm doing it. But people don't get that.
Of course.
I'm doing it.
Yeah. Manifest. Now at this time, man, like I said, you guys are going to Murda Inc. versus the feds. Also, 50's coming at you guys. It seems like the whole world's coming at Murda Inc.
Yeah.
Now
he's in the perfect storm.
Yeah, and you guys weathered the storm. Not like I said, not many people, not many labels.
No, more than just weather.
You
know what? How I look at it in my opinion, I said we did it as men. That's it. If anyone has any questions about who you talking to when you're talking to me or my brother, we did it as men. Ja Rule, we did it as men. You didn't hear no complaints. Just imagine, right? The biggest artist at the time in the game, Ja fucking Rule, going through what he's going through with 50. But more so, bigger than that, we have an engine that's not working with us no more. We don't know it. See, that's what the public doesn't understand. Universal was cooperating while we're under investigation. This is 02. Go to timeline. This is 02. They went to them, the feds went to them and said, if you can help these guys, we coming for you. They immediately started breaking their contracts, not fucking with us. And we're not knowing this shit.
Yeah, you have no idea.
We're just moving. And that's what fucking, why I give Ja Rule so much fucking credit. You know, Irv hates if I say it Ashanti, but she don't get as much credit as Ja, but she gets credit in my book. It's a female number one.
Yeah.
And she was in a real relationship with my brother. number 2. But at the end of the day, Ja Rule shouldered that shit like a real G. No one talks about it. They always try and front on my nigga, but that nigga's, he did it officially.
No, 100%.
Every bit of that smoke, he took it right on the top, on the chin, nigga, and stood up, came back. No one could ever fucking deny or front on that. And then imagine the biggest artist, which is the more powerful shit, the label he's on can't move his fucking music no more. And he never questioned niggas. He never said nothing.
Yeah, never complained.
That's why Ashanti was different. There was questioning and things. And I understand it.
Yeah.
That's their livelihood. I understand this. She worried about how am I going to eat? Lloyd, how am I going to eat? They all had it. Ja did, and he was the biggest one. So, again, that's my brother. Shout out Ja Rule. Niggas can say whatever they want. I'm with that nigga till whatever, for whatever.
Till the wheels fall off.
For whatever.
Now, there's a lot of confusion on how the beef really started with him and 50. You know, we hear that one side didn't say what's up to the other side.
That's it. I don't need you to go further. That's all it is. It's not that he didn't say something. He didn't give him a conversation. He don't know him. Just imagine I don't know you. You come to me, say what's up, and I say what's up, but you looking to talk.
And we keep it moving. Okay,
and I keep it moving. I got other niggas there. And it was at a field. He's in a concert in Queens. We just about to do. It's like my nigga. He's in his feelings. And again, I don't got nothing to say about that man.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is, man. Whenever anyone asks me, I say, look at him, don't look at me. You'll understand who he is versus what we are and who I am. Like you said, everything about him, it shows you who he is. He shitted on all these people. Like, I don't need to tell niggas this, but you want to turn a blind eye because you like his music. Another thing niggas like, you like 50. Guess what else you could like? Ja. You can like Jay-Z. You could like Nas.
Like yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's no fucking reason. That's the shit niggas in the hood don't understand and get. And I'm not on that time. I'm not on that time at all. Like that to me is how they divide and conquer niggas. I'm not with that shit. Niggas understand that they can't be with me. That's to me sucker shit. I'm not with no sucker shit. So at the end of the day, it's simple as that. You know, it's like, come on. And again, I don't even get into it because it's 20 years old. I'm like, like I said, he can walk right here. I got no problem with him. You know what I'm saying? If he wanted, it's cool. I'm with it. It's like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was never serious on our side, in my opinion. And I'm from her. I know he felt it because I know all the niggas he was with is my niggas from Queens. I know them. I would tell them niggas, don't act funny. I'll go to see your mama, nigga. Don't play with me. See, that's the part niggas don't know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, Ev, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Ev, all them niggas. I fuck with these niggas today. Yeah. Even slow. I fuck with these niggas today. They used to see me when they was little. So they know who I am. They know I'm not playing like that. And it was simple as that. And I would just tell them, like, man, you could go get money with the nigga. I'm cool. Get your money. I'm not trying to block no nigga.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And what I do versus what my brother do is totally different. We're not the same people. But we are one, if you understand.
You can, of course.
Hey, it's like, get your money, niggas. Fuck out of here. Yeah. That's all good.
And obviously the affiliation with Supreme might have had a little bit to do with...
Supreme was managing 50.
At first, real good.
Okay, so how could I have beef with my OGs, man? See, when you play it out, like I said, don't ask me questions you can answer yourself.
Yes, that makes sense.
How could I have beef with the nigga that is my OG? That's Supreme, man. Supreme. I fuck with the nigga like that. Yeah. He was managed by Slim, Chaz. Niggas don't know. Black Hand. God bless the dead. Another OG. Fuck out of here. These are my niggas. They asked us to make peace. We tried. It didn't work. What do you want me to do? He never showed up. You can't make peace with a nigga never showed up. It was about money. They was like, let's get money together. Of course. Let's eat.
Let's eat, yeah.
Couldn't sit down with the nigga 3 meetings and never show up. What you want me to do? Again, it escalated to more and more because of that.
Yeah.
But it worked for the nigga, so you gotta give him nigga, again, I give him credit because he said he was gonna do what he did. You can say what you wanna do. See if you go make it happen.
See if you make it.
So at the end of the day, I tell everyone, I'm a different nigga. I can't have beef with a nigga I don't know. That's number one. I didn't know that nigga. I still don't know him. know what I'm saying? How could I have beef with him?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He did shit that's fucking foul and corny, but half the world do that.
Your business.
So what am I gonna do? I ain't gonna be having beef with the whole fucking world. Like, my nigga, like, come on. Ashanti Irv titled her the princess of Murda Inc.
She became his #1 priority.
She turns to say goodbye. And I just kiss her and just, mwah.
Job mentioned on Drink Champs, you know, going back to the end of the case that it was a lot for Ashanti, her being younger, and her not being from
Just being a female.
yeah, and her her
And like
her
I
not-
said,
Okay.
imagine an artist at their peak
yeah, dealing.
and the label, not dealing, the label that you're on cannot move your music.